Out of en love, mina turner regging, this is my long in Monterey, in the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Asalallahu ala Muhammadin wa ala al-Tahri. Today we want to talk about a rather important matter. Many have asked us to discuss hell. So, does hell exist? Hell is a quite important matter that many religions believe in, as there exists a place to punish people who have committed sin. It is like a place of divine justice. And there are some questions to answer. First, does hell really exist? Yes. We in the Holy Quran have many verses from the Holy Quran that speak of hell and the punishment that will befall sinners. Therefore, no Muslim can reject the existence of hell. Just as paradise exists as the reward for good deeds, hell exists as the punishment for sins. It is a symbol of divine justice. And every person, 2001, must answer for every deed they have done in this material world, in the afterlife. So, does hell exist? The next question is that according to some non-Islamic religious traditions, they believe that hell is made by Satan, ruled by demons. This is false. Hell is according to the will of God, as wise, as just. God also has a vengeful character, which enacts just revenge. God is merciful. His mercy surpasses His wrath, but in His place, God is just. Therefore, hell is not created by Satan, but has been created by the will of God, by God's decision, and is overseen by God's angels. The same demons and Satan will be punished and are at the bottom of hell, depending on the deeds they have done. Because we know that demons are among the genies of the jinn, the disbelieving jinn, kafir, who are the army of Satan, shaitan. They then collaborate with shaitan to tempt human beings, and they themselves commit sins. Therefore, they will be punished just like humans. Then in hell there will be human beings and demons punished for their sins. Let me talk a little more about the details of hell. When will hell occur? After the Yamul Qiyamah, which means on the Day of Judgment. When does the Day of Judgment come? After all, that material world is going to be destroyed. And when is that? After the coming of the Savior, who is the Imam Mahdi, and who comes along with the Prophet Jesus. He walks with him. When they come, they will establish the government of the righteous at this time that we call the end of times, which has its signs, and the righteous. And the most corrupt will be resurrected. Not everyone in this material world will experience a just government. There will be achievements in humanity, development, peace, all of that. But that lasts, we do not know how many years. After that, by the will of God, the material world will be destroyed. The sun is destroyed, the moon is destroyed, the earth is destroyed, the mountains are destroyed, and when everything in the material world is eliminated, Yamul Qiyamah will come. That is the Day of Judgment. In the coming of Jesus, along with the Imam, there will be the final judgment, right? Then, on the Yamul Qiyamah, there will be the Day of Judgment. There will be Yamul Mahshar, the day of the final gathering. God is going to gather everyone. Before that, He will kill everyone. All those who are still alive on earth, God will kill. After that, He will resurrect them, and all those who have previously died. It will come in a desert called Sahrawi Mahshar. On the day of final congregation, each of the actions will be counted, both the good actions and the bad actions, to see which one outweighs the other. So that person says, well, is he going to go to hell or is he going to go to paradise? The path to paradise has a bridge called Sirod, and you have to pass over Sarod, which is above hell. There is a bridge over hell. Each one must pass over that bridge. This bridge represents the deeds and your life. What you have done, if you have done what is right, you already have this great bridge. You can cross the bridge and reach paradise. However, a person who has had many falls in life, who has fallen into sins, will not be able to cross this bridge, and it will be as narrow as the edge of a sword. So the person cannot pass, they will backtrack and fall into hell. All of this is symbolic, but this happens, and they will fall into hell. Depending on the degree of the sin committed and the type of sin, as well as whether one continues in that sin, one must go through some degree of hell. And each of the sinners is in a degree of hell and will receive their punishment. That is hell. Some people spend a short time in hell to purify themselves because they had some faith, but sin overcame them. So they must be in hell, in the fire, use sand to purify themselves, so that they can later enter paradise. There are narrations that tell us that some people must spend 300,000 years in hell to be purified, depending on how deeply rooted the love and attachment to the worldly and to sin is. And if a person has not repented here in this material world before dying, then they must face the reckoning in hell. Well, there are indeed some people who remain in hell eternally. They are people who, if they were to remain eternally in the material world, would dedicate their entire lives to crimes and sins. They have not left even a ray of light, which we can call faith, in their hearts, as they possess none of it. Therefore, they will suffer eternally in hell. They are few in number, but some will indeed remain eternally in hell. If a person has fought against their conscience throughout their life, against all prophetic teachings, and has been a servant of their lust, passion, and ego, leaving no trace of faith in their heart, then indeed this person deserves to remain eternally in hell. In the next talk, we will discuss the details of hell and how the narrations we have in the Sunnah of the Prophet of Islam and from the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam explain the topic of hell. May God bless you, keep listening, and we look forward to your comments. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The peace and blessing of God be with all of you. Tremendous? What I mean. My love beyond the way.